Hi, welcome to a new episode in the Internet Surfer, hosting the most horror and creepiest stories from Reddit. Please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy.
Creepy Airbnb basement. A short horror story.
Emily's voice was barely a whisper. We were nestled in the cozy living room of our Airbnb, a charming old house with a crackling fireplace. Outside, a storm raged, mirroring the unease creeping into our hearts. "Hear what?" I chuckled, trying to sound nonchalant. "Probably just the wind, Em." "No," she insisted, her eyes wide with fear. "I heard voices coming from the basement." The house had a basement, a fact we knew. Our host, a peculiar old man with unsettling eyes, explicitly told us to stay out. "Off limits," he'd said, his voice raspy. "Some things are best left undisturbed." His warning, meant to deter, only fueled our curiosity. The storm outside intensified, trapping us within the house and our mounting apprehension. "We shouldn't," Sarah said, her voice trembling. "We should just forget it." With a shared look, a mixture of fear and excitement, we made our way to the basement door. It was a heavy wooden door, its paint peeling like scabs on old wounds. The air grew colder as I reached for the handle, a damp, earthy smell wafting from the abyss below. My heart pounded against my ribs like a frantic prisoner. We exchanged nervous glances, our breaths shallow and quick. Then, with a slow, creaking groan, the door yielded. The basement was dimly lit by a single flickering bulb casting long, dancing shadows on the damp stone walls. Dust motes swirled in the stale air, catching the meager light. And then we saw them. Statues. Dozens of them. Life-sized figures, eerily realistic, lined the walls, their eyes seeming to follow our every move. A shiver ran down my spine. They were too lifelike, their expressions too real, their presence too unsettling. Each statue was unique, crafted with meticulous detail. A young woman with flowing hair frozen in a dance. An old man, his face etched with sorrow. A child, forever caught in a silent scream. The craftsmanship was breathtaking, yet deeply disturbing. It was as if the sculptor had somehow captured their souls, trapping them within the cold, unyielding stone. As we moved deeper into the basement, the statues seemed to close in, their silent gazes pressing down on us, suffocating us with their realism. And then I saw him, standing in the far corner, shrouded in shadows, was a figure more unsettling than the rest. He was tall and gaunt, with long bony fingers that seemed to twitch ever so slightly. His eyes, though hidden in the gloom, seemed to burn into me, piercing my soul with their intensity. For a fleeting moment, I could have sworn he moved, his head tilting ever so slightly. Terror, cold and sharp, gripped my heart. "Run!" I screamed, my voice hoarse with fear. We didn't need to be told twice. We turned and fled, our footsteps echoing through the silent basement as we scrambled up the stairs. The door slammed shut behind us with a resounding boom, plunging us back into darkness. We huddled together, our chests heaving, our minds racing. Back in the safety of the living room, with the fire crackling merrily and the storm outside abating, the basement seemed like a distant nightmare. But the fear lingered, a bitter taste in our mouths. Had we imagined it? Had the darkness and our fear played tricks on our minds? "Maybe we should just leave," Emily whispered, her voice trembling. But where could we go? The storm had passed, leaving behind a night thick with shadows and uncertainty. We spent the rest of the night huddled together, too afraid to sleep, too disturbed to speak. Every creak of the house, every sigh of the wind sent shivers down our spines. Dawn broke, painting the sky in hues of hope and new beginnings. But the nightmare lingered, a dark cloud hanging over our hearts. We packed our bags, eager to escape the confines of the house and the memories it held. As we drove away, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. Days turned into weeks, and the memory of that night faded, replaced by the mundane routines of our lives. But every now and then, a fleeting image, a sudden chill, would bring it all back. The chilling realism of the statues, the burning gaze of the figure in the shadows, the feeling of being watched, hunted. It was a haunting reminder that some things are best left undisturbed, buried deep within the recesses of our minds. We never spoke of that night again. It became our unspoken secret, a shared nightmare that bound us together in fear and uncertainty. The question remained, a festering wound in our minds. What if we hadn't imagined it? What if the horror we experienced was real, and what if it wasn't over? The thought lingered, a chilling whisper in the back of our minds, a constant reminder that some doors are better left unopened, some secrets better left buried.
Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share and subscribe. The Internet Surfer on YouTube for more horror and scary stories.